Welcome, welcome, welcome. Another episode of All Mama All Right. And I'm here to talk about a little grief, a little life, grief in life, joy in life, and how we all cope differently when we have loss in our lives. And the reason, so today, February 8th, is the day that my nephew passed when he was 7 months old. He would be 4 going on 5 years of age. Or he'd be 5. Yeah, 5. His birthday's in July. And it's been, I don't know why I'm about to get really emotional right now, because how I tend to manage, I guess. I don't even know if you can manage loss, but hold loss is by celebrating life. My life, the people around me, their lives. And so what that looked like today was Zena and I, so I'm already laughing because it totally did not go how I wanted. Obviously. And another lesson. So my nephew's name is Watson, and he's actually on my sock. This is Watson. You guys need a close up, I think. I got this gift from my sister-in-law. This is her son. Isn't he a cutie? Look at that guy. Yep, he just had those. He's just, I'm gonna keep him right here. But yeah, so this is my older of my younger brothers. It would have been his second oldest, so his first son. They have their oldest daughter, and then they have, so the total 5 children, including Watson. And so he would have been second. He is second in line. And so yeah, so today Zen and I were just gonna have an adventure day, and we were just gonna, leave the house and push through and wherever the wind was gonna take us, we were just gonna go. And so we got up, we left the house around like 8:30, so nice and early, and we went to Earthbound Farms, of course, to hang there. And first thing I do is I take her out of the wagon and I flop her on soaking wet grass. So it is cold, even though it's sunny here. It's it's like 50 degrees. So, and baby girls know she's moving, y'all. So she gets pretty wet pretty quickly, and that leads to, what do you think? Pretty uncomfortable. So pretty loud screams and cries. And so we kind of had the jet out there, and then I had a onesie in the car to, I didn't really pack accordingly. And I did have a onesie in the car, or footy pajamas. And all of a sudden, so we're driving, and I was just like, okay, let's just, we were going to hit our next stop and go towards the ocean. And then I see her yawning in the back, and again, she's uncomfortable. And so I was like, okay, we're just going to go home. So we started, the day. And that was another thing, just like, really, I wanted to be mindful and cater, just really be with Zena, and kind of, I just wanted the day to be perfect for her, if that makes weird sense. Like, perfect for her through celebrating and being with Watson at the same time. And so we came back home, and then she did that. You put her down for a nap, and then she takes her 2 hours to actually fall asleep, and then she naps for 2 hours. So then our second half of the adventure didn't start until later, but I was able to get a bunch of packing done, and pretty much everything is in bags, labeled. My duffel should be in the Smithsonian. I swear, it is a work of art, genius. Thank you, all those mom blogs and travel Pinterest boards by moms. Save my hiney, and all the lovely moms I talked to. And so our second half of the adventure was going to the mall, danger zone, but I am totally about to lie and said I just returned things, but I ended up buying a couple things too. But again, we were celebrating life. And this is another, I mean, this is one reason why spending money is or saving money, I guess, is challenging for me, because I always lived my life as if there really was no guarantee because of how I was living. And again, Watson was the main wake up call that life is not guaranteed. And I explained in my AA episode, or alcoholics, in my Don't Pass the Vodka episode, Watson's impact of his passing on my wanting to get sober. And that is still how I kind of just spent the money today. We have an upcoming trip and I really don't need those sandals, but of course, I wanted a little smile. But this ultimately led to a beautiful conversation with the shoe clerk, and because she knows my socks. And she just was like, "Oh my gosh, is that your baby?" And then I explained, no, it's actually my nephew. And she was, and I just briefly said, he actually passed on this day years ago, and so we're celebrating him by going out. And she just went on and said how, basically what I'm gonna talk about, just like how everyone grieves differently and how she, celebrates her life every day from all the close ones that she recently lost, especially during the pandemic. And it was just, and she, she thanked me for sharing. And I feel, I love that response and I often do that too, when someone opens up, and instead of automatically going to the, "Oh, I'm so sorry for your loss," well, that's usually what we say, saying, instead, just, "Thank you so much for telling me." And it's true, you kind of, you're vulnerable when you open those doors, which can invite more questions. And so that was just a beautiful little interaction. And then, she expressed how I'm sure, just being with Zena, as makes the day that much more meaningful. Just the, yeah, it's one of those, you can't let I try not to let my mind go down the path as if, and because you just can't, and yeah, everyone in my family has taken this day, and everyone does their own thing, or gets together. I know my brother and sister-in-law and their 4 kids, living kids, they have a yes day. They basically they say yes to everything. And that has, that goes from whatever foods they want to buying some toys and seeing movies and playing games and riding horses. And I know they used to spend the night out at a hotel and have like a hotel night. And I just love that. And they always start the day off watching the movie that they watched on the morning that Watson went up to heaven. And yeah, it's just, it's it's difficult. And I am surprised that I'm trying to allow the emotion to come up, and I so badly just want to, suffocate it and just celebrate life. But that's, grieving is part of life, and this little guy was just such a, he was a goofball. And such a beautiful spirit, and I want to bring up some videos, but before, besides my fun, let's see, some funny. I remember we used to come to Carmel every Christmas. That was like our family's tradition. When we would come, we used to come the 2 days before Christmas, but then we started coming the 2 days after Christmas to celebrate not only like post Christmas, but also my mom's birthday. Anyways, so Watson was with us, and for the one of the last Christmas, and in Carmel, and we were at, oh gosh, where were we for breakfast? I want to say Forrest Gump, but that is totally wrong. We weren't at Katie's. Family members, I know you're with me on this, but we were out to breakfast, and we needed to change when Watson needs a changing. So then Monty, or my brother, and Watson disappear, and it's like 10 minutes go by, then 20 minutes go by, and then like 40, and you're like, where are they? And this is a tiny restaurant, Tucker's. I'm gonna say Chris Tuck, but that's so wrong. Tucker Finn. Oh gosh, okay, it's totally gonna come after I log off. But no, it's not Nip Tuck, y'all. And anyways, it's not, okay, mind focus. And so bottom line is, Watson, I guess, had like a massive explosion, and my brother's in there just like, diaper and toilet paper, and then they don't have any more diapers, so he's trying to wrap him in a shirt, and then the shirt gets more stuff on it, and it's just, he gets back to the table and he just plops down. He's like, so no one needs to go in there, and Watson's just smiling, just like that was the best time of his life, was having that massive poopy dive and having his daddy clean it up for him, and he was actually adopted over in Michigan, and that's where the birth mom lived. And the day that, adoption's crazy in general, and the day that they found out that Watson was born and that they were going to get him, we were in, I believe it was over, I don't know, I think we were celebrating my sister's birthday. I can't remember what birthday we were celebrating, or we were just all in a movie theater. There was all of us in a movie theater. And then all of a sudden you see my sister-in-law and my brother just like shoot up from their chairs, popcorn everywhere, and then run out of the theater. And the daughter, so my niece, who is their only daughter at the time, she was just so excited, like they're gonna go get my brother, and that was another just really special time, them finding out like Watson's being born, it's time for you to have a son, was so special because we all got to experience it together. And what movie were we watching? Trolls? I don't think it was Trolls. That's the movie that they watched. I'll have to ask my family what movie we're watching, but it was definitely a good one. So let's see if I can bring up a quick video, but it is just, it's, and I think one of the other things that's so difficult is knowing how to show up for those who have lost loved ones, especially loved ones like children. I know that, that day, all I could do was just be present. And I remember just cleaning the, just cleaning the kitchen to ordering the food to really just taking care of anything behind the scenes. Here's a good one. Yeah, he came to a wedding. Let's see if I can just, yeah. So yeah, he came to my cousin's wedding, and of course, such a stud muffin. He was decked out in a suit. Here he is, this little bean. Oh yeah, cutie patootie, love him. Yeah, and it was so nice. I remember being there when he was just super. Yeah, he's just a cutie. He had the cutest little ears, and he just was always such a smiley kid, and yeah, and so finding ways to show up for my brother and my sister-in-law and my parents and my sister, I mean, and my brother is godfather of Watson, and I think that's just, you have to ask them how you can show up, because often I've tried to read minds or just have sensed something, and you don't know if that's what they're needing, and if it's not, then and especially just being the type of person that would do anything. So yeah, I would just suggest asking, and sometimes they will know. Sometimes they really will just be like, I have no idea what I'm needing at this time. And I know that my sister-in-law has expressed wanting to always remember him. Have the biggest fear is that we'll forget about him, which impossible. But after time, when someone leaves, you don't you don't mention that person as much, or you may not. Again, you may not mention that person as much, or you may not. Well, it's hard not to think about someone who was a part of your life, but I can see that not being a huge worry and a huge fear, and just, and same with you just, there's no way to relate. Don't even try. And I don't know if that's probably one of the hardest things also to hold, is just feeling so alone sometimes in what you've been through and experienced. And I just, prayers are always with people who have lost, and especially parents who have lost children. That's not intended at all. No offense to all you parents going before your kids, but we all die, and for children to die before parents is it's hard. It's all hard. Life's just hard, and yeah. So, and one thing with my eating disorder, which again might seem like a really small task, but I wanted to live and really live live just live, and sometimes we just don't, or we do things that don't allow us to fully live. And so I was like, I'm gonna have 3 effing meals today for my little guy, and I need to I don't need to wait until his passing every year, or I really need to take all of it and into every single day, and know that life is not guaranteed. And as scary as that is, it's I want to say beautiful for some reason, but that's why bringing that beauty and bringing all of you into every day is so rewarding at the end, and looking at life as abundant, feeling into the abundance, just, and I mean, love until the bitter end. And yeah, cry, 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 cry. Are you crying? I mean, come on, guys, like, literally, like, cry if there's no reason why we have to be brave in this world. And yeah, I feel like I'm just gonna keep talking, and I'd love to, go into more video. I think I'm gonna have a good cry stash by just watching videos of Mr. Dubs, but it was cute. I mean, everyone has nicknames for him, and like Doc, because Watson, like Sherlock Holmes, and one thing that most of the members of my family did, except for my mom and I, but everyone got tattoos on, for Watson, or not for him. I didn't know his views on tattoos as 7 months old, but he would look baller with tattoos. But they all got, something that meant, that just represented their relationship with Mr. Watson, and yeah, I just know he will always be on our minds, in our hearts, on our socks, in our prayers. I mean, that was one of the things I loved going around today, was just like, I pretended like he was with us, and he and Zena were talking, and because he was 7 months, but he was babbling, that was for sure. And yeah, he loved today was an apple cinnamon scone at Earthbound, and he loved a deviled egg salad, and he loved we're about to have the third, and that is a sweet roasted red pepper enchilada. So fun, right? Like, yeah, we're doing good. We're doing good. And just embrace the ones that you love extra tight all the time. Why not? Squeeze them till it hurts. And I just want to send all the blessings to my family, and know that always together, and there's so much love, and mad respect to how everyone takes the day, and is just with Watsy, how we want to be with Watsy. And as my sister-in-law always says, Watsy is always with us. And on that note, love you so much, buddy, and have a good night. See you in heaven one day.